Hey guys, it's time for a little bonus session on bow hunting. And I have to be honest, I've never actually bow hunted in my life, but I've always wanted to try. That's why I'm excited to have my good friend and bow hunting expert, Pete Luessenhop, with me here today. How you doing, Pete?
Good, Robbie. How you doing?
Pete, how long have you been bow hunting?
So this will be my 30th season bow hunting.
Wow. And tell us, how did you get your start with bow hunting?
Dad started me hunting very young, probably around 9, and I got my first bow at 14, so that's when I got started.
Wow. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of guys out there, just like me, who've always wanted to bow hunt, but we haven't got a clue where to start. I was wondering today if you could just give us some of the basics on bow hunting.
Yeah, I'd be glad to.
Let's do it.
Alright, so basic number one, you gotta have the right equipment. Any sport shop that carries archery is gonna help you get the right kind of bow for you, that fits you. You're gonna need an arrow rest, a sight, a release aid, and then you're going to need 2 different types of tips for your arrows. You're going to need field points on my right and broadheads on my left for when you go out and pursue your game. Alright, so basic number 2, you have to know when the season is and you have to be legal, so that means buying a license. All of that can be found on your local DNR website. Alright, basic number 3, where to hunt. For most states, that means private property, knocking on some doors, securing private permission, or public land. Most people hunt from a tree stand, and that requires some safety considerations. You need to get a harness. Then it's a matter of getting out there in the woods and getting in front of that deer. Alright, basic number 4, what to do if you're actually successful. There's a lot that happens between releasing the arrow and ending up here. So you need to wait minimum half hour before following the blood trail. When you recover your deer, it's very important that right away that you gut your deer and remove all the entrails. And then for most guys, it's a matter of getting that deer quickly to a processor so that they can butcher the meat and have quality table fare for you and your family.
Wow, Pete, you make it seem so simple. I feel like I'm ready for the Hunger Games.
I don't know about that, but I would definitely suggest going with an experienced hunter the first time.
Definitely. Hey, I was wondering, could you share a couple practical tips that would be beneficial to all bow hunters?
Sure thing. Alright, tip number 1, you need to practice and be proficient. I would suggest starting a month out before season, 5 days a week. You need to be able to hit an 8-inch pie plate 6 times out of 6 at 20 yards. Tip number 2, you have to know the anatomy of the game you're pursuing. For deer, you're going to need to be able to aim behind the front shoulder, here, heart and lungs. Most ethical shot in bow hunting. Tip number 3, learn to enjoy your time in the woods. It takes time. Don't expect to kill a deer first morning, right at daylight. Be patient, and when that opportunity arises, if you can see the deer's eye, they can probably see you. Pick the right moment to draw your bow. Then you'll find your success.
Wow, that's great stuff, Pete, but I've got one last question for you. How good are you? Because I've brought this apple, and I'm wondering if you're up for a little challenge here. I couldn't find any volunteers, so I constructed a dummy, and I thought, what if we put this on the dummy's head and see who gets the closest to hitting the apple? You up for that challenge?
Alright, you go first though.
Let's do it. Show off. Hey, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below, and we'll see you next week for another installment of Manly Moments.